7:39, we've got a big exclusive, the Time Person of the Year. Every year since 1927, Time has selected the man, woman, or group or concept that has had the most influence on the world during the previous 12 months.
And by the way, that influence doesn't always mean that it has to be for the better. Here for the 2022 Revealed Times editor-in-chief, Edward Felsenthal. Edward, good morning. So going about this cannot be easy. You had a list, and we were all looking at your long list, and we thought, well, there's an argument for each one. How do you narrow it down to the one you choose?
Well, we get together every year, all of our Time journalists from around the world. We were back in person in our offices this year, which was a change. And we debate that question you just laid out about influence. And then we narrow it down. We talk about dozens of options. We get to a short list, which you reviewed.
People advocate for their positions, get ugly, or their punches thrown.
People advocate for their position.
Yes.
People advocate for positions they don't really believe. It's just it's a debate, and it's a great way to look back at the year and who shaped it and who changed it.
It seems fun.
Yeah. Without, do we have a drum roll or anything? We'll let you do the honors here.
This year, the person of the year is Volodymyr Zelensky and the spirit of Ukraine. You know, whether one looks at this story of Ukraine with a sense of hope or a sense of fear, and the story's, of course, not fully written yet, as you were just reviewing in a segment this morning, Zelensky really galvanized the world in a way we haven't seen in decades. Not just other governments, but major companies that pulled out of Russia, you know, en masse, and countless individuals around the world who came together around this cause, around this country. And in addition to telling the story of Zelensky, we tell some of those stories, people who represent the spirit of Ukraine that swept the globe.
Let's talk about Zelensky for another minute, because one thing that he's done, aside from leading a nation through this incredible feat, is he's kept the attention of the world there. He has that ability to keep us focused there. How?
Well, he's a former entertainer. I think that's part of it. And he understands, as some other people of the year we've talked about in recent years do, that attention is in many ways the world's most valuable currency. And he's used that attention through speeches every day in the early days, social media. You know, he really understands the weapons of this digital age, and he's kept the eyes of the world on this story.
You wrote something that I thought was so touching. You said that he proves that courage is as contagious as fear.
Oh my goodness. They basically just told you that the grift is real. And if you're going to do it, I mean, I have no problem with him. He should be Person of the Year. I would pick somebody else, but you heard their justifications. Did you hear a lie? I heard no lies. The grift is powerful. And that's why I want to get my grift on. I'm being dead serious. If Zelly can go on and ask for more money and more money and more money, despite the snow, you know, it's wintertime over the sunflower country, so I'm sure what's on his nose is just snow. If he can keep asking for money and money, and we know of Ponzi schemes that have been funneled through the country, we've got the conflict of interest with our current president. Why the hell can't I ask somebody to go to middlemaga.com and go to the store? I think I was talking to C3P Meme about that. And he was being so humble. He's like, yeah, go to the website and, you know, you don't have to donate. I'm like, bro, go to the website and give my dude some money. If this dude right here is asking for money for whatever reasons that is untraceable, we don't want to audit it. Our own country says, Rand Paul speaks up and says, well, I'll give you the money. I just want to track it. And the corruption in our country is so overt, they say no. Let's go to the community tab on YouTube. I want to make sure to shout out anybody who leaves comments on our community tab here. I said, this is a troll job by the cabal. Who do you think should be the real Person of the Year? Jokes and real answers are acceptable, right and wrong. I'll put these responses in the video. Here's what we got so far. Elon Musk. Elon Musk should be Person of the Year. Look at all he's done this past year. No debate there. I think Elon Musk is obviously the Person of the Year. The purchase of Twitter by itself, not to mention he's got cars driving on their own. The purchase of Twitter is probably one of the most significant purchases in the history of our country. I mean, You would have to probably go back to the Louisiana Purchase or something like that to find something comparable. Kid Cade says, I'm not even American, and I think Carrie Lake is the person of the year. Let's go. Carrie Lake. No, I don't know. There hasn't been a personality that made me feel that way. And I'm not talking about inappropriate. Behave yourselves, fellas. I'm not even, as she is attractive, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about proud to be an American, to see someone who has some level of affluence that is fighting for things you believe for. Absolutely. Carrie Lake is in that running. She's in the, if you don't pick Elon Musk, she might be my winner. I'm going to tell you in a specific realm who I would pick as person of the year. I'll give you a hint right there. But let's continue to the comments. Remember this when your taxes are taken out of your checks, that some of your money's lining this guy's pockets. Allegedly. Nobody's tracing it, so I think it's fair to allege. If you don't want us to allege, then go ahead and trace that money. He's out here doing laundry every day. You said that jokes are okay. Well, ultimately, the joke is on all of us. Somebody said Jesus Christ every year. Bars. If the guy with the funny mustache, friend of the show, Casual Goats, if the guy with the funny mustache was once person of the year, why not Ye? If you're going to go with what he's saying, whether it's the person that made you triggered or not, happy or sad, good or bad, without question, Ye has to be on the short list. Babylon B could be on the list. You could put Seth Dillon to represent that whole team. Breaking people realize that Time Magazine still exists. This is the one day of the year. Propaganda. I like that one. Today's quiz, pop quiz. Who was Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 1938? Wait. Oh my goodness. Andrew Tate. Hey, Katie Maria, friend of show. Thank you for stopping by. Based. Absolutely. Why wouldn't Andrew Tate be in that short list?
7:39. We've got a big exclusive.
Why wouldn't Andrew Tate be on that short list? Controversial figure, but rose to prominence really quick. Very hard-hitting takes. Absolutely, he'd be on that short list. A lot of yays. We got some yays in the chat. You got to be interested to see why people would pick Ye. I think he should be on the list, but what's more interesting is why. Florida governor. We can say his name. It's okay, Keith. I'm not against him. He's great as Florida's governor. He's been great, and he's still trying to do great things. Ron DeSantis absolutely should be on that show. I would put him after Carrie Lake for me personally. That's saying a lot because he's done it in government, but I would still put Carrie Lake above Ron DeSantis. Somebody said me. I'm going to end with this. My pick for Person of the Year in the realm. I was just on with Stephen Ignoramus, just a great podcast, and I thought it was a great discussion. And one thing, before I get to my Person of the Year, one thing I want to, I did a hint here, like it's going to be Eric July, but it will be Eric July, but I do want to recognize certain other people. I was on with Stephen Ignoramus, and he was there for J6. And I would say, we're in 2022, but I still want to recognize the people, and it's not to condone, there's some people who might be locked up who did bad things, but doesn't mean they should be locked up in a violation of their constitutional rights. I do want to recognize people who went to J6, and this was 2021, but people who went to J6, people who are speaking out in favor, in the rights of, not to agree with people on everything. I don't even know what everybody there, locked up believes. Some of them are still locked up, to my knowledge, pre-trial. We're like more than a year out, almost 2 years out. I do want to recognize them as People of the Year. And Stephen Ignoramus. The one regret I have of the conversation is I didn't tell him, I can chat him at any moment, but on that air, on the platform, to tell him that I grabbed a mic and went to my basement and just started talking. I think that's worth something, but it's not worth as much as people who actually he got fired from his job, I believe. He went through some stuff. People who really risked something for their belief in how beautiful this country is. I told Stephen Ignoramus if there was another place to run to, that I would flee this country to start another, just like the Puritans and Pilgrims. We're seeing persecution, not much difference than the religious persecution from the Church of England. And his comment was, I'm going to stay here. This is my country. And there's no place to run anyway. But I bring that up to say that's courage, respect. When we talk about people of the year, we don't have to always talk about Elon Musk. People like Stephen Ignoramus and others. Thank you. But I am going to pick, for me personally, now I understand he's had a national impact. Don't get me wrong, but for me personally, Eric July has been an inspiration, started his own comic. He didn't just talk about it. And I want him to talk about the problems in the entertainment industry because he's educating me, opening up my eyes, making me think. Just great. It's great to see him back doing like his political and entertainment criticism and, thoughts, videos. Man, he's so good. During the pandemic, two people who red pilled me the most and white pilled. Eric July talks about we will win. He doesn't let you go black pilled. Red pilled me the most, Comic Dave Smith and Eric July. Eric July probably the most, even more than Comic Dave Smith. And he started his comic book. He was like, I can save my money. I can grind. I can work hard for years and years and years. I don't buy Lamborghinis or whatever else. Not if you want to do that, that's fine. But he said, I save my money so I could do this. So I can have an impact on culture. So I can buy this comic, read it with my kids. We don't talk about libertarian. We dabble in that kind of stuff, but it's a comic book. We're not talking about politics with it. And they can see that you can have a comic book outside of Marvel. They know all the Marvel characters or whatever, but they talk about ISOM on the same level that they talk about Batman in our household. For that reason, shout out to Eric July. Search Young Ripper 59. He is my personal person of the year. Thanks for making it through another whole video. You are a crazy person that I really appreciate. I am going to talk again about the store and the website. This is middlemaga.com. I don't know why the thumbnails aren't showing for me, but these are Rumble videos, uncensored. So I'm going to put uncensored by them so you don't have to hear all the yay, hey, and all that noise. I appreciate you listening through that. What it allows me to do is upload a video and have it monetized right away because the automatic AI is not picking anything up. Otherwise, it takes at least a day or two or more for me to upload a video. They say it's demonetized, for me to challenge it, then they remonetize it. By then, the video's kind of outdated or the views are gone. Trump and Son, C3P meme. I got a video with an interview with him. Fun times. You could also go to the shop. If you go to the shop, you'll get there and you'll see all the stuff. We've got a deal going on. So like I said, I'm serious about the grift and early bird 10% off. I'm serious, man. I've kind of been like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't like to do this grift type of stuff. But if Zelensky can, why the hell can't I? Why wouldn't I? I got the mugs and the stuff. A couple people buying the Elon Shadow Crew shirt. I've seen a couple people buying this one. And I have one. I like it. I'm probably not going to wear it because I don't want it to get ruined. But maybe I'll get another one so I can rock and wash and all that. But I like that shirt. A lot of people, Elon fans, like that shirt on there. So I got a little different stuff for the ladies too. Still get something in time for Christmas for somebody who wants that. I lost my Super MAGA sweater. I have no idea where it is. I seriously have no idea where it is. It's one of my favorite ones. I don't even have a shirt of that one. I should get a shirt of it, but let me know what you think. You can do early bird, get that special. I want you to tell me in the comments who is your person of the year. Right and wrong answers acceptable. Take care.